Hello friends, welcome back. In this lecture we are going to see what is DevOps, then DevOps engineer roles and the tools what do we cover in this training. First let's see what is DevOps. I'm going to show you the Wikipedia definition. DevOps is a set of practices that combines software development and IT operations. So it has set of practices which combines software development, nothing but dev, and IT operations, nothing but ops. So who is managing these two with the set of practices? Those guys we call it as a DevOps engineers. The aim of DevOps is to shorten the system development lifecycle and provide continuous delivery with high software quality. So you can understand continuous delivery in later point of time, but using this set of rules, we are going to deliver the high quality software. That is the simple definition of DevOps. Let's go and see what is the roles of DevOps engineers so that you can understand more clearly. So DevOps is quite simple and it is difficult. Why it is simple and why it is difficult, you are going to understand by end of this lecture. First, let's see what DevOps engineer does do. Developer give you a piece of code. To whom they will give? They will give it to the DevOps engineers, and the DevOps engineers has to copy this code onto the server. So he has to copy this code onto the server. But while developer giving this code to DevOps engineer, he asked us to follow some rules or he kept some conditions. Let's see those conditions or rules. If we see first condition, I will give code every day or couple of times in a day. Okay, if developer is giving code only once, it could be easy for us to deploy on a server because only once I can copy this one onto the server. But if he is giving multiple times in a day or every day, somehow I need to manage this code, and also I should have proper tracking when he has given that code to me and also when I have deployed that onto server. For that we may need additional tools. Next condition is compile and deploy it on test and prod servers. So before taking or copying this code onto the server, we need to compile it. So we need to deploy it on test servers. So it is not only one server. There are different environments, test environment and prod environment. So he is asking us to do a compilation and also deploy it on a test environment first to test it, then onto production servers. So it means we need to compile this code every time, every day, and also we need to deploy this code every time and every day on test environments as well as on production environments. So if it is once, again, it could be easy, but if it is multiple times, maybe I need to think about some automation or using some tools. Next, prod servers are used by client, so it should be up and running all the time. This is one of the biggest problem. So if I am deploying this code, that code may or may not work on production systems. So if it is not working, it is difficult for our clients. I should take care that only working code I should deploy over here because clients are using, and it should be up and running all the time. To achieve these three conditions, we need to do some activities or some automation before copying developer code onto the server. Let's understand with the diagram. If you see here, developer has a code on his system. Now I want to copy this one onto the server. But he said he is going to give this code every time. So I need to maintain his code appropriately. To maintain this code appropriately, either we can do some automation or else we can use a tool. So there is a tool called source code management tool which helps us to manage our code appropriately. So we should use a source code management tool. We are going to see what are the products of source code management in later sessions, but we should have a source code management which can manage our source code. Next, we are having this code, but we need to compile, right? This code every time we need to compile because code cannot be directly understood by your server. Your server can understand only system understandable language. To convert this source code into a system understandable language, we need to compile it. So we need compilation tool to compile our code. Once it is compiled, we need to do testing also, right? So to manage this compilation and testing appropriately, we need a integration tool. So we should have a integration tool. So if it is working fine, I want to deploy it on a server. If I am deploying only once, that would be fine. But if I am deploying multiple times, I need some automation tool. That is where deployment tools comes into the picture. So we need a deployment tool. So I'm just giving a what tools do we need, but these tools have the products. Deployment tool have multiple products. Integration tools might have multiple products. We need to choose at least one product in these categories. Okay, so once it is deployed on a server, in case servers are not working or not functioning properly, to manage these servers, we need IT infrastructure. So IT infrastructure nothing but multiple servers. In case server is not running with after deployment, we need a new server or some additional resources we need. All this come under to infrastructure. Okay, next our code is deployed on a server. If it is up and running, we need to monitor our applications or our servers. Why? Because whether it is working fine or not. For that we need monitoring tools. So we should use monitoring tools to manage these servers properly so that we can make sure that these servers are up and running all the time. If you see, these are the minimum different tools we should use to deploy developer code onto a server appropriately. Okay, now we'll see how the complete software development lifecycle works.